All right, all right. I had to get on immediately when I found out the news. I've been talking about this for years. Stotts is one of the worst coaches we've ever had in Portland, and I'm a big Portland Trailblazer fan. You're talking about hardcore number one. But I kept saying, and I kept telling my family and my friends and everybody I fucking know, Stotts is not a good coach, mainly because he doesn't get his guys to play defense. And also, can I tell you guys why we were the number, by the way, not sponsored by Bud Light, I just love Bud Light. Can I tell you guys why we were number 2 in offense and number 29th in defense? It's very simple. It's so simple. It disgusts me how simple it is. Every time Portland would score, we had such a lack of defense that it probably only took like 5 to 10 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds per possession for the other team to score on us. Then we had to go on a quick run and do a lot of fast breaks and shit like that, and blah, 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 blah. And then Lillard had to bail us out so many times and couldn't. Because how could he? Stotts was not a guy to encourage defense at all. Well, I don't know how, but Stotts got away with a lot of bullshit. Damian Lillard is the chief soul, one of the main reasons Stotts still has it, was still able to coach the Portland Trailblazers as being a hack, and he's a hack coach, by the way. Stotts is probably the hackest coach of all time, and when I saw the news, I almost jumped for joy. I was like, finally, there's hope in Portland again. And I'm going to call my brother up on this because he's the only person I could think of that I just know would be good to call on this one. Just going to call him up real fast, see if he's awake. Let's hope he answers. But no, this is exciting. I can't believe it, man. This is what I've been waiting for a while. But yeah, on this show, we talk about everything. You know that. Big sports guy, big Blazer fan. Been wanting the Blazers to win for a while. So without Stotts, we're gonna win. Stotts is the pure reason we were losing to begin with. So seeing if the guy answers. Come on, man. Come on, answer. Answer me, dude. Come on. I don't know if he's gonna answer. You hear the rain. Either way, even if he doesn't answer, that's all good. But yeah, I'm just excited. Stotts is finally gone, man. I'm so done. Yeah, I don't know what else to say right now. Happy is one of the words I could think of. You're talking to a guy. I'm a Portland fan through and through, without a doubt. Absolute Portland fan. Nobody could pull me away from watching those games. But when we started ranking lower in the defense, and our season was questionable throughout the year, a lot of the time. Stotts has not been a good coach for us. He's had plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. We've been one of the worst defensive teams in the league. I want that to sink in for everybody. That's bad. It's terrible. But Stotts does not get the credit he deserves for being a bad coach. He gets a lot of credit for being a good coach. He's not a good coach. I'm not happy he's our coach. I'm glad he's gone. He's finally gone. We can finally rejoice and say, thank goodness one of the hackiest coaches of all time, one of the trashiest coaches of all time is finally gone. He's not a good coach. And as much as I like Lillard, as much as I like all those guys, I can't believe it, man. So it's exciting stuff. And try to see if I get a hold of the boy. There's some people out there. See if I can call my bro one more time. See if I can get him on, but this will take a few moments. See if I can get my boy Cody on. Where I surprise you get a bunch of guest people on. He might actually be sleeping, so might not be able to get him on, but let's give him a try. Still trying to ring him. Let's see. But if you guys have any opinions, please let me know. I can't believe Stotts is finally gone. I mean, this is like a dream come true. I've been talking to people about this for a while. Like, please get rid of Terry Stotts. He's not a good coach. Can we please get rid of the Stotts? Well, it looks like Slack isn't going to answer. That's okay. Trying to get you on the show. It's all right. We don't need. My bro might be able to answer when I get on the show and talk about Stotts. See if my boy will answer. It's my brother, at least. So, what are your guys' opinions on this? Because look, real Blazer fans are gonna say, "Hey, some Blazer fans are gonna say, hey, we needed Stotts. He was great." Honestly, I went on a Reddit message board and I trashed the shit out of him. It's just not. He's not a good coach. I just can't. I don't know any other way to put it. In fact, there is no other way to put it. We always rank bottom of the barrel in defense. And look, you need to play defense in basketball. No other way about it. We were 29th ranked this year, and it was inexcusable. And of course, we're going to be number 2 in offense. Of course, we're going to score, and then they're going to score 2 seconds later, and then we're going to score again. That's just the way it works. With the Stotts, I call it the Stotts method. It makes him look good when we have a ton of points, but nobody ever focuses on defense in today's league anymore. When you should still have a defensive presence, because you don't want to score, waste all that effort, and then have the other team score right on you. There's got to be a defensive presence, and it's not what Portland has. And Stotts, the one thing that pisses me off is he takes the time. He makes up excuses for everything. Bad calls, players didn't play good, but he didn't. He never. This is why he's not a good coach. He never admits he's at fault. He never admits that his game plan sucked. He never admits anything. He doesn't take anything internally. He's all about externally. He's not an internal coach. He doesn't take any blame. I've always been annoyed about that. I see guys like Terry Stotts, and I'm like, you fucking hack. You just managed to pretend and convince people you're a good head coach. You're not. He's not a good NBA coach. I will be sad for any team who hires him. He's a disappointment. Look, I'm not saying I could do his job, but I'm not a good head coach, and I can admit that. And he doesn't. That's the problem with Stotts. Maybe that's one of the best parts. But he's had 9 bloody years as our coach at Portland. 9 bloody years. And yeah, we've gotten to the playoffs, but honestly, it wasn't because of his great coaching style. It's too much ISO ball, not enough ball movement. Stotts was lucky to have good players those years we went to the playoffs. Lucky as shit. So, as far as Stotts goes, it's a long time coming, folks. Get on the chat with me. Let's rejoice. Portland is saved again. Our team is saved. We finally don't have a crummy head coach. Maybe we could take another position. Maybe we'll finally get a coach worthwhile. I'm crossing my fingers. Don't know. Maybe it'll be me. I should be the coach. Doubt it. But voice your opinions on Stotts in the chat. It's crazy. I mean, really, though, if you guys think about it, he is one of the worst, and I mean the worst coach we've had in Portland Trailblazer history. And look, I know there's going to be a lot of people who don't agree with me on this, but it's time we just face the facts. Stotts is mediocre. He's a mediocre coach. He he's an excuse maker. He's everything you don't want in a coach. And I am happy. I'm happy the upper management finally made a good choice in getting rid of Stotts. Because truth is, we can't have that anymore, man. We can't have crummy in general. It's just a crummy experience. And you want to think you don't want to totally trash on a coach. Look, and I don't want to be too negative, but we've given him plenty of time as far as coaches are concerned. Plenty. And I mean plenty of time. So, tell me your thoughts, Blazer Nation. I'm glad to actually be doing this podcast today. I mean, normally I'm talking about finances. I'm a sports guy, but I've been telling my parents this. Mom doesn't care. My dad, though, my dad agrees with me. That's the only thing we can agree on is Stotts is a shitty coach. In fact, maybe I'll get him online. Hold on. See if I can get him on the phone. Yeah, this is crazy, though. I'll get my dad on the line live. It's Friday. He's probably up and drinking. I never schedule my interview, so that's how it works. What's going on? You're live. You are live on the show. What's going on?
I don't know. You tell me what's going on.
I'm doing a show. I'm doing a live show about Terry Stotts, and I decided to go live and rejoice with Blazer Nation that we finally got rid of one of the worst coaches in Portland history. One of the most overrated coaches I've ever seen. And I wanted to get your thoughts on finally getting rid of just a sad excuse for a coach.
Well, I mean, you can, if you really want to, analyze the tenure of Terry Stotts being a coach for the Portland Trailblazers, I think he went in there with good intentions in the beginning. It just boils down to staffing. And I don't think he had the right defensive coaching staff.
No.
The problems that I've seen from the past is that Portland has always had a difficult time with the press or defense shutting them down because they can't handle. They have no plans on to handle the defense from the other team, and so therefore they turn it over, just like they did last night. Again, because they don't have the staff, the defensive coaching staff, to teach them and to show them how they can break a half court press, full court press, and they just have never been able to do that. But Dame was tired last night because he gave 110% the game before that.
No, Damian Lillard, by the way.
CJ had an awful game again. And it was sad. It was really just kind of sad watching the game, because it really towards the end felt like we were watching the slow death of someone we care about and love very much.
Okay,
and
that's a little extreme.
If you're a fan of the Portland Trailblazers, you understand what I'm talking about.
All these so-called fans, by the way, have been hating on me for years, because I've been saying this for years. Stotts is a shitty coach, and I'll tell you why I think he's shitty. And you may defend him, but he's an excuse.
I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him.
He's an excuse maker.
3 years ago, and I know, 3 years ago, I wanted him to be replaced.
He should have been a long time ago.
3 years ago, I wanted him gone and somebody else in there with a different staff, because he obviously, sure, he can understand he's a player's coach, which means the players rule the team, not the coach. And you get somebody like him in there to be in a leadership role, you've got to have somebody in there that understands both ends of the floor.
Okay. Let's say you're a player, right? Let's do a little role playing here. Let's say you're
I'm a player.
all right. You're a player. You're a G. You can shoot from 3. Okay, I should be a rapper because that's some great bars.
Player.
But listen to this. If you're a player, and I mean honestly, pretend you are playing for Terry Stotts. Is that a guy?
Yeah.
If you look at Terry Stotts, you watch his post-game interviews, is that a guy you want to rally behind?
No, the problem I have another problem I have
Personality-wise, I don't like him. He just seems so
problem I have
lethargic.
With him as well, and this is my problem that I've had with him. He doesn't show enough passion. Of course, you want to be in control. You don't want to lose your shit, but you want to be in control.
I would like to see him lose his shit.
But my problem with him,
I would love to see him lose his shit. At least he had some fire.
He needed to talk to. And I was talking to your brother last night about this yesterday about this as well. He needs to be asking the questions at 7 minutes left on the clock. He needs to be asking, do you want to win this game? Do you want to win?
Yeah. Well,
if you want to win this game, then you're going to have to win it.
Besides Damian Lillard's great offensive performance, we could have also found a way to win that game by playing tough defense. I don't see this is my problem.
No, I have a problem with that too because defensively in the game prior to this one, they played very well towards midway through the second quarter all the way to the rest of the game. Yeah. This game they did play fairly well. Defensively, they were being scrappy, and I like that. But the problem that we have, like I said once again, we cannot handle defense on us. We can't handle the half-court press.
Are you kidding?
We cannot handle the full-court press.
We score a lot against these teams. We score a lot of points. We were second-rated offense this year, but we had a 29th rated defense. That says something.
You can't win games. You cannot win a championship that way.
Oh yeah, I knew we were.
Win a championship that way.
And you can call me a non-Blazer fan by saying this, but I knew we weren't going to go anywhere. We weren't going to go shit. I'll tell you why we weren't going to do shit. Because look, I'm very honest. I call bullshit where if I see the bull taking a shit somewhere, I'm going to be like, that's where the bull shat. Okay. So my thing is, I'm a big gauge. I'm a guy who gauges emotion, right? I'm a guy who gauges passion. I can gauge it and look at one guy. And you look at Terry Stotts, and I'll give you an example of his post-game interviews. It's like, well, the refs didn't give us the calls. We didn't play the way we should have. And, one thing I don't like about Stotts, and this is why I think he should have been fired a long time ago, is the lack of his own personal accountability. The man lacks accountability like no other. He constantly doesn't ever point the finger at himself, maybe once or twice to make him seem like he's accountable, but I think he thinks he's actually a good coach. I think he is honestly so deluded that he thinks he's a good coach. I mean, I like the confidence, but I don't think he's an NBA. I mean, he was a great assistant coach for Rick Carlisle and the Mavs, but goddamn, man, he is not. He's not a good NBA coach, and I'm glad we got rid of him. It's a long time coming, and hopefully we can try to find a coach who believes that you need both. You need both offense and defense to win games, to win playoff games especially.
You're not going to get an argument with me on that. So, bottom line is better defense, not just better defense, but having a coaching staff that can break down the other team's defense on you and how you can get around that. We need a staff that can work out plays in order to circumvent a full court press, half court press, inbound plays, those type of things. Having game plans on that. So I mean, it was needed.
I'm celebrating. I'm drinking a Bud Light.
My fear is that now Damian has had it. He's done.
I don't blame him, dude.
To this organization.
If he left tomorrow, I would be like, I agree, man. I'm already pissed off at the upper management because they've kept Stotts. They've enabled having a shitty coach who doesn't, which I still don't understand. I think honestly, Stotts.
I wouldn't say he's a shitty coach.
He is a shitty coach. That's why he's a shitty coach. That's why he's a shitty coach. And if you don't admit that, you're just as bad as he is.
I'm just not. I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to call him out on that. I am, however,
He's got
saying
lucky.
that he enabled his defensive coaching staff not to work.
Well, here's the thing. Good defense, by the way, is not born. It's taught and it's practiced. Look, good defense doesn't come off the... There are some people who are naturally gifted at defense and work at it. Guys like Dennis Rodman, blah, blah, blah. Guys like Rudy Gobert. But here's the thing. What you need to realize, and what people don't realize about Stotts, is if you want your team to be good and actually win games, because look, 3-pointers are hit or miss. All right, you can win a game with no defense. It is possible. We've seen it all year with Portland, but it's like a coin flip, right? One night we'll be hitting threes and looking good, and hey, we'll win the game. Next night we'll be missing threes, but still no defense, like usual, and we'll lose the game in a blowout. This is needed. This is needed. I'm not saying rebuild the whole team. The team is actually good. We actually have a good squad. The squad is not the issue. The coach has always been the X factor in all this. We need a coach who can get the players in line, get the offense and the defense in line, in sync with each other. We got to find a way to make those two things intertwine. Because I'm sorry, good defense can create good offense, and vice versa.
Sure, it's the opportunities that are created.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm rejoicing. I'm drinking a Bud Light, for God's sakes, right now. And when I saw that article, I felt like I could watch the game again. I felt like I could watch Portland again. You know, and I'm excited for next year. I have had a hard time watching Portland because I've been saying for years, that's the one thing you and I agree on the most, is how bad Stotts needed to be fired. That he was not the direction we needed. He was the misdirection, and I just don't get it. So I'm happy. I don't know who are.
Well, I'm going to go to bed because I got to go to work in the morning.
Well, isn't it Friday?
Yeah, but I got to go do a show on KURY.
Oh, you got a little weekend show going on. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
That's all right. All right. Well, you get your beauty sleep. Make sure you just rest assured we're probably going to get a good coach.
I hope so.
I'm betting we will. At least, honestly, I would take Jeff Van Gundy.
Oh God.
Dude, if we got Jeff Van Gundy, I'd rejoice. I'd be like, woo.
Oh God.
I'm okay with it. Anyway, I'll let you get to sleep. Love you, Pops.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. All right. So got my Pops in the interview. First off, he's a longtime Portland fan. I feel like he would be the most appropriate. Maybe we'll get my brother on here in a second. Yeah, that's a long time coming, you guys. And all right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Anyway, that was a good interview. Yeah, this is a raw show as always. No, here's one of my main beefs about Terry Stotts. I watch his post-game interviews, and I think, how can a player really want to get behind a guy like that? Like, look, he's probably a decent playmaker, offensive coach, but look, you got to have kind of the ability to do both. I'm talking about get your guys to practice defense. There's got to be drills, because when you see those rankings that you got to improve upon it, you got to do something. There was never any real improvements defensively for this team, so. And Damian Lillard, honestly, deserves a lot of credit. he made Stotts look good all these years, and if he left, it wouldn't shock me, man. So, but I'm excited. See if I can get him on. But yeah, no, really excited though. Just really stoked. It's nice to see Portland get back to normal, at least with what we need to do. You know, the Blazers. I've been a long time fan. One of the best organizations ever. I guess it's a little overrated. It's a little over exaggerated. We've only won one championship. We're not like the Lakers, but you know, we tried. It was a good time. It was a long time coming. So, but you know, I knew we were going to get knocked out of the first round. I just knew it. It just 29th ranked defense can't do anything against actually a good team, and the Nuggets are a solid team. So when you're bad defensively, you got to figure out something. So you got to figure out a way to improve your defense. But no, I want to thank you guys for getting in on this. Anybody want to get in live on the chat? Yeah, it's a rough one. Oh, just gotta pop my. Well, can't say for sure, but I think things are looking a little bit up, in my opinion. I've been a little bit joyous right now. I've been so sick of the Stotts train and all of it. You know, it's just been one roller coaster after another, and I think we can finally say, I don't know. There's just a lot of. I think it's going to be a lot of replacements. The next step is who's the next coach. Who is the next coach to take over for Mr. Terry Stotts, who I still think, by the way, is one of the worst coaches we've ever had. But who really takes over? Like, who can we say for sure, without a doubt, can take over this position? I still think Van Gundy, Kenny the Jet Smith would be fun. There are coaches, more innovative coaches out there than Stotts, and Stotts, like I said, I still don't know how he got away with having one of the worst ranked defenses for so long. It's a surprise, to be quite frank. Sorry for all the loud sirens. It's like some crazy things are happening. Yeah, I think I'll do another video, but it won't be about Portland. It'll be about something else. But thank you guys for taking the time to view this video. What are you guys' thoughts? You know, do we get a good coach? I don't know. I'm just glad we decided to part ways with Stotts and about time. About damn time. Anyway, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Share this with your friends because Portland's back. Trailblazers are back, baby. So we got this. All right. Later, Sports Nation. But Blazers are back. We're gonna get a better coach. Anything's better than Stotts at this point. I'll take a high school coach, maybe. But anyway, later, guys.